Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome to new. My name is Mark, and today we're back with another episode of MARRIAGETOXIN. This is episode 9, and where we last left off at the end of last episode, or towards the end of last episode, we got to meet Peachy. But before that, we also got to meet Arashiyama, and Arashiyama was being hunted by the Hitman, something, and it was unfortunately. It did not go well when they were confronted by him. That's when we met Peachy. P-E-C-H-I. P-I-I-C-H-I. Peachy. It's very hard to say his name because I'm trying to say it right so that the subtitles can catch it right. But I might have to go in and do that myself. Anyways, we got to meet him and we get to learn that he's supposedly what Ghetto calls a mutant, a hybrid, who is very strong, very strong. Comes from a regular ass family and cuts up a lot of stuff. Bro, Peachy became one of my favorite characters very quickly. I really like him, and I had a lot to say about his motivations for doing what he does. And you should definitely check out my review for last episode of that, so that you can know what my thoughts are on that. Because I'm not going to rehash it here. But what I am going to say that this episode itself, episode 9, was really good as well, and I'm excited to talk about it. But as always, you can check out the reaction in the description down below and the pinned comment. The link will take you directly to the reaction, and I lowered the prices on all my tiers, so check it out over there. Go watch the reaction and come back here for the review. But anyways, you also get a shout out at the beginning and end of every single one of my videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And anyways, make sure, again, you like the video, hype it in the YouTube mobile app, subscribe, the notification bell, leave a comment down below at the end of the video. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. So as always, if you're new here, strap in. If you've been here before, you know what to do. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, grab your notebooks, because I took a lot of notes. And let's talk about the episode. So, first off, we get to see Kinosaki, hell yeah, driving a boat, because apparently Kinosaki has a first class boating license. I don't know why, but well, we know why now, because it's apparently good for swindling rich middle-aged CEOs, which yeah, I can see that. That makes sense actually. He actually has so many qualifications, like drone operator, color designer, a bunch of other stuff that I already forgot about, but it's so many stuff, and he's just so cool, man. I just love Kinosaki, man. Any episode we get to learn more about Kinosaki is a great episode in my book. But anyways, moving on, Arashiyama tries to be like, yo, I'm getting off here, you can go back, I'll talk to the Beastmaster clan and convince them to let me leave. But then Geto's like, that's not gonna work, man. But then Arashiyama's like, yo, and she's crying as she's saying this part, it's 100% gonna be a trap. I don't want you to die. You did your job protecting me from the Hitman Hunter, who, by the way, is also there with them. But she's like, yo, you did your job. I don't want you to die because of me, stuff like that. And Geto is like, yo, I'm gonna declare right now that I will not leave you, because he thinks that if he leaves her now, when it counts, he won't be able to help someone in the future or something like that. And he's just being a real man in the moment. And so before they hop off the boat, or getting ready to hop off the boat, Kinosaki's like, yo, make sure you come back. I'll have another dating plan ready for you. And I wrote down that Geto better come back to the femboy, man. He better come back there. Don't leave him hanging, bro. And unfortunately for everyone, before they can do anything, a giant squid attacks them. Not only does a giant squid attack them, a bald eagle. I shit you not. A bald eagle comes flying out of the air, swoops in and grabs Arashiyama. Like a bald eagle, bro. You know, you can't make this shit up. Well, actually, you can. But anyways, Geto's like, yo, Peachy, you save Kinosaki, I'll go save Arashiyama. So they split up. I almost said Kinosaki. Geto drops onto the water after injecting himself with a toxin called Step Up, and basically it lets him walk on water now. He's Jesus, he can walk on water. What can he do, man? He walks on water, and he gets very fast, and manages to eventually save Arashiyama. Kind of. It's a tough one. And at the same time, Peachy is like, yo, I'm gonna cut you up, because the squid tries to kill Kinosaki, and luckily, it doesn't kill Kinosaki. Peachy saves Kinosaki, and then all while watching a video on how to chop up squid. And he just proceeds to start chopping up the squid, man. And we get to see Peachy in his element, it looks like. And then Kinosaki comments on what Gero said about how this is what someone is really good at fighting can do. And that's what Gero meant when he said that. Like, because he's like very, very good at fighting, bro. Very good. And it's just so cool to watch him. The animation also popped off for like this moment with Peachy and the squid, bro. Ugh. Then next up we get to meet Hanezawa, who's the bird master. And this ends up being a ambush, obviously. And the bird master Hanezawa is having the birds, the bald eagle, do the thing. And this is basically what looks like it's gonna be like a gauntlet battle. He beats one master, then he has to beat another one, and then another one after that. That's what I think it's gonna end up being. And as to why he's doing it, well, money is a very powerful motivator. Because if he can kill Gero somehow, then he will be able to live rich as can be for basically nothing after that. Just do whatever he wants. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Moving on. Next page. And Gero's like, yo, how do you get out of the Banda Constrictor? And it turns out we learned from Hanezawa that just trying to find out about the Banda Constrictor is a crime apparently in the family. And I mean, it makes sense, obviously, given that they are like they're trying to keep people in line with it. It makes sense, but like, damn, man. And he got serious when he said that too. Like, he got really serious when he said, oh, it's a crime. And so now a fight starts out. And it turns out, at least according to Hanezawa, the 5 great families may be the best at killing, but they're not top 5 in a straight up fight. And because he thinks he's confident that he can beat Gero in a fight, in a one-on-one battle. And it makes sense when he says that though, because like fighting and killing are 2 different things. Like, look at Gero and Peachy. Gero, he's good at killing, like he can kill. But then Peachy is very good at fighting and just also happens to be very good at killing. But like, he's very good at fighting. Like, that's clearly what it means. Like, one, you can probably be both, obviously, but sometimes one person just good at one thing like that, the other's good at the other. And unfortunately, I do not think Hanezawa is gonna win. At this point, I did not think he was gonna win. If he did, that'd be a very interesting way to do the episode, bro. But as we learned from Hanezawa, he wants America to embrace bird ball, which is what he calls baseball. It's aerial birds. It's like aerial baseball. Birds carrying players around, and like, it's honestly insane, but it also sounds fun. And the reason it sounds fun to me is because in high school I played baseball for I think about a year, give or take. Yeah, about a year, and I enjoyed it. Baseball's not my favorite sport. I prefer basketball more honestly, because more something that you can more do by yourself than having like doing baseball. But like, birds ball sounds fun, and I'm scared of heights, but I'd overcome my fear of heights if it meant playing baseball in the air with a bunch of birds, bro. And so Dogo is the name of the guy that we learn, who's like the mastermind behind this. Toshiro Dogo, he's the Beast Master, and he's also giving like a whole play-by-play almost, and like trying to explain why Gero's gonna win this. And basically what Gero does, I'm gonna simplify this, He used smoke and a punch, and he won. Pretty simple. And but before he can, but Ghetto asked him some questions, but about the Bana Constrictor. But apparently, Hanezawa doesn't know anything. But then he's like, "Yo, I heard a rumor about getting the Bana Constrictor off." But then before he can say anything, he's silenced. Like the Constrictor thing, it like chokes him out almost, and so he's unable to say anything. Unfortunately, right now, but he's still alive somehow. I assumed he'd be dead by now some way. And skipping to a different, actually nope, not skipping to a different scene yet. We still got Dogo to talk about. Turns, wait, I'm trying to figure out what, okay, I don't, okay, no. Anyways, I'm probably gonna be jumping around. I'm jumping around a little bit. I'm not gonna be able, I don't know if I'm going straight through the timeline like I planned to. But he basically, next thing Ghetto knows, he's being stabbed by a spear bird. A bunch of birds linked together with the bald eagle at the end, being stabbed by this bird. And at the same time, an explosion rocks the ship that Peachy and Kinosaki are still on. And basically, according to Dogo, the Beastmaster, he used something called cross-sanguination, and he mixed the two bloods of the Beastmaster and the Spearmaster and created the Bird Spearmaster. And basically, it's cross-sanguination combines master bloodlines to create all new masters. And I wrote down what the fuck because I don't, that makes, I mean, it makes sense, but also like that's wild to think about. But anyways, moving on, we see Kinosaki is alive, obviously, and saved Peachy, because Peachy saved Kinosaki. He saved him from the bomb blast, took some damage in the process, unfortunately, and then Kinosaki used his sea rescue training to save Peachy and get them to shore. Unfortunately, they lost the shore on the opposite end of the island from Ghetto, and he used the sea rescue training. He got sea rescue training to like capture the hearts of like surfers or something like that. Like it's Kinosaki, so I mean, fair enough. Kinosaki can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. But as they're moving through the island, or moving through the beach, I should say, as Kinosaki's dragging Peachy, he turns, and I shit you not, he sees a white bear, and then the white bear is doing karate training, and the bear is a black belt, and Kinosaki's all happy about that. The bear doing martial arts, then excited to see that the bear is a fucking black belt too. And I'm gonna be so honest here, I genuinely thought that the bear was real. I'll cover that later, but I thought the bear was real, man. And eventually though, with the birds all attacking, Bird's Ball almost successfully winning, but not quite, Ghetto turns the table on Hanezawa and them by mixing a muscle relaxant into his own blood. And it works because he's resistant to muscle relaxant, so they all get his blood, but he's not bothered by it. And luckily though, he helped before moving on, he helped Hanezawa and the birds. And Hanezawa is like, yo, why'd you save me? And Ghetto's just like, I don't know, why not? Basically. And then Hanezawa explains that Bird's Ball is an avian sport that transcends baseball. And then unfortunately Dogo kills Hanezawa. Because of course he did, man. I saw it coming. I saw Bird's Ball, not I called Hanezawa Bird's Ball. I saw Hanezawa dying coming, unfortunately. It just made sense that that's how he would die. That he would die. But like, damn man. Poor Hanezawa. He just wanted to make Bird's Ball the next big thing. And one of the reasons he died is, according to Dogo, cross-sanguination, I'm paraphrasing again, always ends in death because the bloodlines reject each other, which, yeah, that makes sense. And so we that's when Hanezawa explains they just wanted to make Bird Ball the next big thing. And then he dies, unfortunately. Which sucks, man. And then Dogo gives us a clue to the Banda Constrictor. His blood is the master key to unlocking it, apparently. And on the one hand, I believe him because blood's a big thing here. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if I believe him. He could be joking around. And luckily, Kinosaki, we move on to Kinosaki. He escapes with Peachy from the bear. Or so he thought. He looks over and the bear's just staring there to his left, tries to kill him. But in a moment of hallelujah, Peachy's awake. And he saves Kinosaki by stabbing the bear. Or slicing the bear's like jugular or carotid or whatever. Makes him spit out blood. And the bear did get back up, unfortunately. And at the same time, a leech of some kind grabbed Peachy's blood. And then the bear runs off to do whatever bears do, I thought. But then that's when we learn that Byakuya was the bear the whole time. I genuinely assumed that the bear was real. The reason I assumed the bear was real is because of everything else in this fucking show, bro. I genuinely thought, oh hey, why not? A bear that can do karate and is a black belt. Why not in this world, bro? And unfortunately, no, it was not. And Byakuya's just like, yo, I got it. Comes back, and he now Dogo has Gero and Peachy's blood. And the reason he's happy, he's gonna combine the two, and hopefully not kill him in the process. But apparently, it's not gonna kill him because Gero's body is so resistant to toxins, essentially, that rejection from cross-sanguination won't happen. Which, I mean, makes sense. It does make sense, in a way. It's like his body will adapt somehow to it. Because rejection could be considered a type of poison. I guess, maybe. I'm not quite sure on the science behind that. And Dogo wants to reach his goal. Doesn't say what his goal is, but he wants to reach it. Then I ask the question, what is Dogo's goal? Because I don't know it. And then finally we get back to Gero and Arashiyama, and Gero's like, yo, time to go. But then Arashiyama's like, wait, nope, not yet. You're not okay yet. And Arashiyama wants to make sure he's okay first, so she has her giant army of hamsters attack him, knock him down, and make him land with the back of his head on her thighs. And I'd be more interested in the scene if it was Kinosaki and not Arashiyama. Just putting that out there. But she wants to make sure he's okay. And then it's basically just her crying about how if she was stronger, would this have happened? And how she's like been ridiculed because she's never been given a job to kill someone and everything. Like, it's just depressing because she just cries and cries, and then Gero's like, yo, don't cry. I saved you. I helped you without thinking about what you could do. Just saved you because he wanted to, essentially. And that's basically how the scene and episode ends. And I have nothing else to say. It was a wild episode, man. I enjoyed the scenes with Kinosaki, with Peachy, and seeing the Bird's Ball guy, Hanezawa, die. That was kind of sad, honestly. But with that said, I am going to wrap it up here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Check out a reaction in the description down below and the pinned comment. The link will take you directly to it. Just to remember, the tier prices are lower, so maybe that's more of an incentive now to check it out. And yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here again. Like, subscribe, ding that notification bell, hype the video in the YouTube mobile app, and again, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the episode, my review, and the stuff that I said as a whole. And until next time, Patreon. I thought this was Patreon for a second there. And until next time, YouTube. My name is Mark. Never stop being yourself. Stay safe out there, and I will see all you incredible people in the very next video.